When it comes to the WWE, no one would fault you for saying that these guys and gals really overdo it at times. Most of the time, that's part of the point. They want you to feel the drama and such, which is totally fine for the record. But sometimes, they overdo it in such a way that it comes off as funny and overdramatic. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more content. Number 7. Shawn Michaels sells. Shawn Michaels is without a doubt one of, if not the greatest wrestler in the history of the business. His ability to wow a crowd while doing all sorts of incredible moves was what made him an icon for decades in the wrestling business. He even came back with a hideous injury to do even more legendary matches, including a set of WrestleMania matches with The Undertaker that is still revered to this day. But what Shawn also does better than anyone else is sell a move like his life literally depended on it. Here is a great example where a simple boot block sent him flying, landing on the mat, and then he goes right on his head. I mean, wow. The timing, the precision, the wherewithal to be able to do that in a split second. That's why he's HBK. And if you look at some of his other matches, you'll see that he's done stuff like this before, and it's always worth watching. Just how cheesy old school wrestling was, but the way he took that punch was so overdramatic it hurts. Another thing he did perfectly, being overdramatic when he got hit by a punch. This is personified by a match he did with Jake the Snake Roberts. Roberts is beating on perfect, then goes back to the rook, the swagger, the moves, and more. He was honestly one of the best around, and one of the best to never win the main title in WWE, but that's another story for another time. We're here to talk about Hopes and launches a punch that Hennig not only takes, but he does a freaking spin move to show just how much it hurt him. I mean, okay. Don't get me wrong, this is hilarious to watch and it shows. Number 6. Perfect sells. For the wrestler known as Mr. Perfect, aka Curt Hennig, he was known for being the, wait for it, perfect athlete. He had the look, but that's the thing. If you watch some of his other matches, he does similar bits with all the punches he got from certain wrestlers. You couldn't get away with that today, but back then, it was perfect. Number 5. Didn't I just see that? One of the most curious cases by far in the WWE nowadays is the story of Dolph Ziggler. If you look at his resume, you're going to see a lot of accolades. Former world champ, multi-time tag team champ, multi-time intercontinental champion, and on and on. But if you look deeper into that, you'll see that the WWE honestly doesn't know what to do with him most of the time. As he said in a now legendary promo, "I've been told I'm too good one day, and then the next day I'm not good enough." And his various pushes over the years show that. Which is sad because he honestly is one of the best wrestlers on the roster. And not unlike Shawn Michaels, he's got raw talent to spare. Which he proved in true HBK fashion during a match with Matt Hardy, where he too did his standing on his head bit, but arguably did it better than Michaels because he held the position for a while before falling back over. There's a reason he's known as the Showoff, ladies and gentlemen. Number 4. Showoff. I know what you're thinking. Come on. Is Dolph Ziggler really that much of a show-off when it comes to his talent? Look at all the various matches he's done in the biggest spots and you'll see that he is exactly what he says he is and more. If you still don't believe it, then just look at how he sells certain moves. That side effect we showed before is one exactly, but how about how he flips through the air? During a match with fellow mainstay legend Kofi Kingston, Ziggler had to sell a monkey flip. Which is when he's in the corner, the other wrestler, in this case Kofi, gets up to him, falls backward, and then launches him into the air. It's a fairly standard move and it's really flashy. But when Ziggler does it, he does a full flip in mid-air before landing just to show you how devastating the move can be. So yeah, he's a show-off and he's really that good. Number 3. RKOd. Randy Orton is one of the many wrestlers who came from a wrestling family, and when he came into his own, he became one of the biggest faces and heels the company has ever seen. Even right now, he's making big waves because of a betrayal that he did on a former tag team partner. Randy has been known to be a little stiff in the ring, but like a good prodigy, he knows how to sell moves. And you could argue that the move he loved to sell more than anything was Shawn Michaels' Sweet Chin Music finisher, of which he took a lot over his career. The funny thing is that he had multiple ways of selling the move to show just how devastating that it was, and it's hilarious to see a Rolodex of them just to prove how funny and overdramatic it is. Number 2. Savage. Few legends come close to the popularity and star power of Macho Man Randy Savage. The guy was such a boss that he was a star in the ring and out. If you recall Bonesaw from the original Spider-Man movie with Maguire, yeah, that was Savage, and the way he connected with fans in the wrestling ring made him even more legendary. But part of his character was that he wasn't the brightest bulb in the bunch. And this was proven in hilarious fashion in a Royal Rumble match where he was one of the last men in the fight alongside the monstrous Yokozuna. Savage had to fight hard to beat down the Giant and even hit his trademark elbow. But instead of throwing Yokozuna out of the ring like he was supposed to, he went for a pinfall. And Yokozuna, with Savage's help of course, catapulted him out of the ring to win the match. Now sure, this was part of a story and Savage just played his part, but you have to admit, to have him go down in that fashion, yeah, kind of lame. And hilarious. Oh yeah. Number 1. Game Over. In terms of modern legends from the Attitude Era, HHH was one of the best, and he endured long after the Attitude Era thanks to his skills, and being married to the boss's daughter, and his ability to do some absolutely classic matches. One of the best things he's ever done though, and one of the things that has helped him stand tall as a legend in terms of comedy, was this overdramatic sell that he did during a match once. It was a tag team match with Shawn Michaels, and not unlike Michaels earlier in this list, he took a boot to the face. Did he go down? Oh no, he stayed up, but in a leaned back fashion, and he stayed there. No really, he stayed there for like 90 seconds and then suddenly snapped back to life, only to take 2 steps and flop back down to the mat. This was not part of the story or the match. This was HHH making fun of HBK and what he did in the past while doing his own little twist on it. And the best part is that the ref doesn't know what to do, and HBK is motioning with him to sell it even more. That's friendship. And there you have it everyone, a look at some overdramatic funny moments in WWE history. Which one of these was your favorite? Which one of these do you think shows off peak WWE in all its overdramatic glory? Let me know in the comments below, be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next time on the channel.